Hello friends. Welcome back to Wonderfully Made Bible Stories for Children. I'm so glad you're here. Last time, we learned how God gave King Solomon wisdom to lead his people well. We saw that Solomon didn't rush or guess. He listened carefully and made choices that were fair and right. Today, we'll hear about something Solomon spent many years working on. A beautiful temple. This wasn't just a big building. It was a special place where God's people could come to worship Him and remember who He is, and where God chose to show His presence among them. Let's begin. For a long time, God's people had worshipped Him in a tent called the tabernacle. It had traveled with them through the wilderness, reminding them that God was with them wherever they went. But now things were different. The people were living in the promised land. Jerusalem had become their capital city. There was peace in the land, and Solomon wanted to build a permanent place where the people could gather to worship God together. Solomon carefully gathered workers, builders, and artists. He used plans that had been prepared long before. Plans his father David had collected when Solomon was still a boy. The temple took many years to complete. Every part was built with care. Inside were beautiful carvings and shining gold. Nothing was rushed, because this place was meant to honor God. When the temple was finished, Solomon invited the people of Israel to come together. The Ark of the Covenant, a sacred reminder of God's promises, was brought into the temple. As the priests placed the ark inside, a thick cloud filled the room. The people understood this as a sign that God's presence was with them. Solomon led the people in prayer, thanking God for keeping His promises and asking that God would listen when His people prayed toward this place. But Solomon also understood something important. The temple was not meant to hold God inside. God is greater than any building. The temple was meant to help the people remember Him. Let's think about a few things together. Why do you think God wanted a special place for worship? What helps you remember to stop and think about God during your day? The temple helped God's people slow down, pray, and remember that God was holy and loving. Today, we don't need a temple like Solomon's, because God is with His people wherever they are. Thanks for joining me today. Next time, we'll hear about something God shared with Solomon after the temple was finished. A promise, and also a warning. Both were given because God wanted Solomon to lead well. Until then, remember, you are wonderfully made. Bye for now.